So I have it set so it's going to be load off at 12.1, but if the turbine doesn't spin up, then not good. And the other heater thing is pretty much irrelevant, because as soon as this cuts power to the heater, I have to manually be here to switch that back on, and that's not going to happen for a bit. I wish I could be here more. I'm pretty busy with work at the moment, so I may swap that out and put another load in, like just a regular fan or something. But you see it's not dropping very much. It's probably going to drop on camera though, because once it hits 12.1 I have it set so it's going to cut off any loads being drawn from the battery. So we'll see. And there's the wind turbine spooling up. I can hear it. 12.3, 12.4, 12.5. Okay, so that's going to work. The only thing is, this one I really don't like is, see this button on here? I have to manually turn that on for this other heating pad to work. So that's a piece of garbage in my eyes. It should just come on as soon as there's power applied there. I think I'm just going to hook a fan up, and we'll scrap this other idea. See, with this fan here, there's a button on the back, so as long as the button's activated, we can lose this other setup that we just set up here. Because this heating pad, I'll show it to you guys. Let me just unplug it. Get around all these wires I got going on here. This crap is garbage. So let's hook up a fan. Full time. Full speed. Hey now, what's going on? I should have power. Oh, is it one of these dud fans that I have? Oh. Is that a bad connection? Okay, yeah. Maybe not. Let me try another fan. That's stupid. That is really stupid. Let's see what we got. I know I got a couple of these that are on their last legs because all the crap I put them through. So we'll go ahead and see what's going on. Try this one. Hey, hey, success. Perfect. So we'll lose this one and lose this power pack. So how I got it rigged is it's just a heating pad, electric heating pad, 5 volt USB, 5 volt USB fan plugged into the cigarette plug, high 3 amp output USB, so it's given the most amps it can. And with that fan just blowing lightly across this heat, it's going to help passively heat, and I mean passively slow heat, the tiny house. And now when my module up here, charge controller, which I'm just using as a switch right now and a voltmeter, when it says, hey, the power level's too low, it'll shut both heating pad and fan down to save the battery, but then the turbine will kick in, getting us way back up in voltage, and we'll continue to run this stuff for hours more. So my settings were kind of goofed when I first set them up. So it's already sitting at 12.8, 12.7. It should run a hell of a lot better now. And I moved the cigarette plug in front of the fan, so the fan will scoop up any heat generated by that electricity and kind of help use that to heat as well. So this is, like I said, guys, just a wind turbine experiment while I see if I can get some passive heating here, off the grid heating, while I'm not here. Now, it's not the best setup, but it is the cheapest setup. You can reward me for that, that's for sure. So we'll see exactly how well it goes, but yeah, just one of those deals. So you guys watch that while I water my plants here, and then I can get back to work. Unfortunately, it's the way it is. I've been super lucky to have lots of work, so that's the main thing I'm focusing on right now. But I'll be getting back to my usual nonsense over here at the Off-Grid Tiny House, so don't worry too much here, guys. Gotta pay the bills though. I'm not a YouTube doesn't pay my bills yet, so and I think I'm a long way off before that happens, so it's up to you guys supporting the channel for now. But yeah, I think we're good. So we're hitting 12.1. The turbine's spooling down. If it hits 12.0 or something, I'm assuming, it'll drop the load right off. It'll kick the load off, and then the turbine will have to reboot, and then it will restart the loads and go from there. But yeah, it's still kicking out the heat down here. Let me zoom back out. Whoa. And the ceramic tile is going to act like a little thermal mass and a fire preventer, because well, it's not flammable, so it's stone. So that stone or ceramic, whatever mixture they have in there. But I think we'll be okay. So it hasn't kicked off the load yet, so that's a good thing, because the longer it runs, the better. And the turbine is now spooling up again, because we're in the crappy fall winter weather. So this is where I get the majority of my wind power, through the fall and winter. And this is going to be interesting to see, guys, because if this works out fairly decent, I'll get some more of these USB heating pads, and I'll make like a stack of these things, and then that will be perfect, because I need to find a balance where the battery is only a 44 amp hour battery, but it's a balance between battery size and the loads that are on constantly, and then the turbine will be happy, because then it can run more at a constant pace without having to brake all the time. And when I'm talking about brakes, guys, basically it overcomes the loads of the battery, and it overcomes the battery and completely fills the battery. And when that happens, the turbine shuts off as a safety. So that's a good thing, but we don't want it to happen too often. And right now it's happening. So I'm trying to find the balance right now to get this to be always using power, so the turbine's just not up there doing nothing, basically. Like right now it's keeping the battery topped off and running these loads, but before, all it was doing was keeping my battery topped off, and there was really no loads going on. So it's one of those catch-22 deals. But anyways, this will be an experiment. Now that I think I got the PWM numbers tied in properly, we're just going to let this thing run. And this little USB fan runs at a little fast. Well, it runs a hell of a lot better than that one that was here originally. and it'll draw a little bit more, but not too much, because these are the ones that I use in my fireplace, that I converted my 120 volt propane fireplace to run with these fans off the grid on USB power. And it works good. Not the best, but still works. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this stuff ride then, and the turbine's just gonna do its thing. So I'll give you updates as we go here, guys. We'll see you on the next one.